you get to the meet?
Is it the round 18?
Yes.
Are you sure? Oh, this is the hosting one. Where's the other one?
Alyssa D. Me.
Hello.
When you get into the math, say something because it's awkwardly silent right now, and we don't know if like our volume isn't working or they're just like being awkwardly silent.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Join Google Meet. Who the heck is an Eleatar?
What would you do if I threw my
You're
rice?
on Meet. You can't do
You
that.
just be sad that you
I will be sad, yeah.
So you go ahead and
Oh
throw
my
your rice
god.
at
So, yesterday?
Is in social sciences. The name of this region is derived from a Sanskrit term meaning 5 rivers.
I don't think they're mad.
They're still in there.
That is not us.
Or at least not.
Their match is still going on.
I see that.
No,
So,
no,
like,
no.
why can we not hear it? We are in it.
And you can't hear it?
No. And there's no cameras or anything. They all just have black boxes.
Oh gosh, that's not good.
That's Miss Short.
Let me come down there.
Okay.
What question are they on?
They're on 18. You got time.
Okay.
And they did they did a jam board, like you know what that is? It's like this shareable board and you guys will do. You hate it was you
Why are you going insane?
I don't know.
Doesn't he always do that?
So funny.
It was so funny, man. You have to be there.
I still have my fortune. I don't know why.
You have to
What?
eat it, then it comes true.
Another
The live stream was on.
You gotta swallow it.
Ooh.
Is it nasty?
Yeah.
Wet paper. Probably the worst thing.
You flipped so hard. Actually,
I swallowed it. It didn't come true. I don't even remember what it said.
It's in your brain now.
yeah,
You
that's
are
where
the fortune.
swallow goes.
Your stomach goes to your brain.
Yes. Is
Yeah.
that?
That's why eating edibles works.
Yeah. Your stomach
Mama.
goes to your brain. That's a scary time.
Also, why do you get brain freezes?
I remember I cried over brain freeze.
I've not had
Like
a brain
4.
freeze in
I've
years.
never had a brain freeze ever.
I remember
Well, listen,
I
I'm
was
afraid that's how it works.
Ah!
Dude, I wish I could look at Discord on,
I don't care.
Yeah.
because I need to know if my brother's messaging me if we're gonna play map games.
Math games.
You for
Cool math games.
I think we can run 2 on my Chromebook and breaking it.
Wait, what?
I broke your Chromebook.
You're playing cool math games.
It was around 3-bit. Sorry.
I got it wrong.
Run 2's the best.
Dude,
one.
I used to always play this one game. I don't remember what it was,
We
but I
make-
used to always play.
After we get done with the county.
I like
I'll
making the
pick
quality go down. It's just funny to look at.
It's funny to look at. Buzz. Oakwood's here. What? Why is this? But this should.
They're for a girls' basketball game.
Oh, Oakwood's here.
They're here for Scholastic.
They is here.
They're here to play the bowl.
They're gonna sit in the media center.
It's like the coal bucket, but with
Why
Oakwood.
do you like this?
The comment bowl.
Why
How
have
many
you
people are on this
done
live
this?
feed?
No, I can't believe you've done this.
You should go see how many people are in the live.
Throw it at him.
See if anyone's in the live.
Yeah.
See if my mom's
Yeah,
there.
they're still doing the other. They're still doing the
Mama.
other
No,
meeting.
we talk about the YouTube, not the
No,
news.
our live.
Oh, on our live. Wait,
Idiots.
how do I hit the hang up button?
You don't.
You don't. You just don't hit.
Aha!
Haha.
I want to do this. But we're on the live.
We have one watcher, it seems, and I think that's us.
Why do you hate
I don't think we can watch our own
You're the
stream,
one.
can we?
Can you kick me out, please? I said please.
No, ask if anyone else is
What
there.
did I do?
What are you?
Where'd all of them?
Where are you?
I'm working my car while you guys.
I'm ripping my car while you're in it.
Did you really
Actually,
just?
he dropped
Oh
you
my
off.
god.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop you off.
Oh my
We're gonna drive off that bridge right
Can
now.
we get F in the chat?
You should just drive off that little bridge by Chris's house.
Little bridge.
The little one, the little big bridge.
Why is this guy
It's
carrying
straight
like a
down.
whole
Oh, the
suitcase in
hill?
the
Yeah.
school?
It's not a bridge.
What he be
There is.
doing?
It's a bridge.
I mean, it's got like kind of, there's like an edge over it. Yeah.
No, just go down to
No,
drive.
we're just gonna go to the bridge by your house since we're already there. Why? No, you won't. Oh, yeah, no, girl. Well, then that is, we're just gonna go for a drive and you're gonna think about how you're gonna die because of your actions.
I
Why?
Ooh.
parking lot masks.
Step.
She's vibing on the parking lot, man. Adrian, your mask don't even match your pants.
Mine don't.
My mask never matches my anything.
Black matches your. She's also the only one not wearing black. Girl, you ruined it.
I don't even think I have a black one. I do. It's got my pagan thing on it.
I hope I don't forget my pennies in my book.
Is that
Put
like
it in
just
your book bag.
coffee bags?
We might throw it in your car. And it exploded.
I threw my bag earlier and I had my laptop.
So what do you do with it? You just
Imagine
like
at the time you was
it's-
rubbing that
it's-
bag and it was beans in the bag.
Little powder
I
filled
didn't have a
packets.
dog bag because it
Oh.
was just sort of my brother was mad at me.
You
Like, I
just
said
have
pull
it.
over and he wouldn't. Oh. That's so fault. I
it's like coffee dip.
hated my brother my sophomore year.
Why?
He was mean.
Matthew was never mean.
Before I got his bed, yes, he was. He threw me because he got mad at me because I threw him in his car. But he wouldn't pull over when I said to pull over.
Oh.
I gave him a McDonald's bag and I threw up and it seeps through and he got mad at me for that.
There's
It's a paper bag.
I like when you would dent his car. It's taking too long to like take me home and I started denting his car. I don't even know that.
How did you dent this car? You just punch it?
What were you doing to it? I don't remember, but I was denting it.
Like, hello.
You're
You're
doing it
not,
on the live right now.
I doubt your brother is doing this
You know
right
the
now.
little air conditioning part? That, like the one on the front seat?
Mhm.
I broke that. That's why it's like that.
Oh my. But
It
Matthew
takes
was
like forever,
bad
like
one.
too long he's taking out and damage his car.
You time with your brother, man.
Oh, it's here.
No,
Yeah, I know.
Spring water is the best. It doesn't taste like bleach.
Agreed.
left.
Spring water is bomb.com. Why are we throwing markers?
He's hyper.
I wasn't
Marker.
throwing it. I swung this as a sword.
He's probably on some coffee grinds, guys.
Stanley's in
It's all
first grade.
His family
It's on his coffee grind.
I am in first grade.
Oh
You're
yeah.
dressing like you are.
Hey, you don't have to do it
That
like
is
that.
the point.
I almost wore like gray. I almost wore
I
gray
got it from the
sweats.
last-
with this.
Yeah, did you take that out?
Hey, I don't think anyone's gonna come back for it.
I almost dressed homeless today.
I always dress homeless.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hey,
Mr. Sleeper.
Yeah.
call us when they're done.
The hat, yeah.
They are on question 23, so, okay, I will.
All right.
So,
I almost wore gray sweats with my under my pants.
Stanley, what'd you do with the cap to your bottle?
Wow, thank you.
Oh,
Could smash that Chinese in your bag.
And
I thought you
just
finished
like
it.
my car.
No.
I want the cap.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
this book will be weird again.
The janitor is
Have some cider caps you can have.
We would just be sad.
I
You're
would.
not hurting anyone but you.
It would be funny.
You wanted to throw them at me earlier.
It would have been funny though. All my actions are if it's funny or not.
You just want the bricks.
All my actions are
You'll be
based off of
hungry later and you'll be thinking about how you threw your rice. Just to be
and
funny.
then I won't be apologizing.
you singing?
Keep singing One Direction.
She's singing.
What are you singing, Adrian?
What else would you sing?
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay. I wasn't listening. I just heard.
It's stuck
What
in my
have you
head.
listened to lately?
Every time I see One Direction,
Oh
I
yeah,
think about
oh,
singing
it's
it.
been good.
I think I'm just gonna start doing that.
Do it. It would make me
How did five gay
serotonin.
guys walk? In one direction.
Hey yo, One Direction is.
Pop music is bad.
I like One Direction.
I agree with that
Pop
statement.
music is the worst thing.
Wrong.
It's the truth. What movements have they done? What have they done to
What
solidify
movements?
themselves?
Don't
What
think to me.
movements?
Aside from LGBT.
What have they done to solidify their genre?
They just
Okay,
be.
Christopher.
They just
Black
are.
metal burned churches and murdered
Okay,
people.
Christopher.
Okay, Christopher.
Yeah, that's something I can get behind.
What has hair metal done to this country?
Drugs. Van Halen.
Nothing good, clearly.
What'd you say? What metal?
I said
Hair
hair metal.
Hair metal.
Van Halen. That's all you need to say.
We're also live, by the
Oh yeah.
Van Halen.
Okay, guys,
It's so
put in the
sad
chat.
about
Is Van Halen good or is it bad?
It's great.
It's obviously good.
Obviously the best pseudo hair metal band ever.
Pseudo.
It's like they're better than any other hair metal band.
Should be dead.
He's dead though.
They do be dead.
Which is sad. And his son's music is alright.
Okay, he's always good as wood now.
So and their old frontman plays Van Halen and Led Zeppelin covers with the son of the original
Really hope.
The son of the original.
the son of a
I don't know my glasses on, and I hope I don't.
It's
The
not
get my-
original Eddie Van Halen.
Okay, very good.
So Van Halen Jr.
where you put it in your bag and you just feel noodles.
I took it out.
just reaches in. Noodles!
I should put it in this pouch.
The front one.
Noodle bag. Got low money in my pouch.
Put it in your hoodie pocket. Like don't have the box in it, put the noodles.
Remember sophomore year? No,
Don't
yeah,
noodles out.
I had worms in my pocket.
What?
You remember? It was a field trip where we went to Forest Glen.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And Rocky wanted worms to fish, and he just kept giving them to me, and I just had them in my pocket. And then people started like noticing I had worms in my pocket, so they'd give me worms to put in my pocket. And I just had like
All for Rocky to
a
go
pocket full
fishing.
of worms.
Gross.
All for Rocky to go fishing.
I sat on a bucket.
I said on the
It sounds
bucket.
like barely a field trip.
I will never be in faith ran away. We found like a weird like fishing hole.
A fishing hole. That sounds so fun, man.
We were supposed to be doing something. We were just fishing. You remember, like Rocky had a pole, and he's like, "Can I bring it back?" I don't remember.
With
Their score sheet says that they're done, but we still don't hear talking, so we really do need you to talk when you get on.
Okay.
I remember in fifth
Okay.
grade when we did the thing
Alright, thanks guys.
and Lincoln
Have
fell
fun.
in the river.
Alright, we're out.
It was fun.
They just ended.
oh, you look, there's.
All right, we're going to
people.
talk on the meet now. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Say test. This is a test.
This is a test for Miss Short because evidently she's hearing impaired on this.
She's not hearing it.
Stanley don't be like that.
Miss Short cannot hear anything that goes on in this meet.
She can't hear nothing.
Okay.
She doesn't
We're
care.
working on it. She doesn't care.
Yeah, we're
We're gonna keep a quick break.
That's good. Go for it.
right.
Just chill for a minute.
She's like,
Ask her if she can hear you.
Be like, did you hear that?
Me and my friends will be like, who? And then they'll say like you.
We did a lot of talking.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you, but I'm gonna join on my laptop and see if that works.
Okay.
Yeah, because that'll solve the issue.
So she's reading the questions.
She's not reading. She's keeping
Okay,
score.
talk now.
Never mind. Never mind.
Talk now.
But she was in here last time. That's lame.
She didn't.
I said talk.
Talk, child.
Oh, us. Hi.
No, on the beat.
I am talking on the meet. I'm talking on the meet right now.
I can't.
Miss Short.
Oh my gosh.
No, on the meat.
I was unmuted.
Yeah, we still can't. I opened it on my computer.
Yell!
Open it on his. Let me open it on my desktop.
Oh my
We're just
god.
gonna have to open the door to the hallway and yell all the way down for her to hear us.
I mean, that would be effective. Simple, but effective.
Okay.
It hates
They
you.
were saying that there were issues with Google Meet today, so I'm wondering if this is not what it is.
I think when Dayton used to do this.
I wanna go home.
I don't know why.
I can't see them.
She's just got short hair and big lips on.
Oh.
Your sister's really fit.
Oh, I remember.
Okay,
What?
talk again.
She was
Olivia?
taking notes on her phone, right?
1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2,
No.
3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Can you hear that?
No more!
Can you hear that?
Please.
The Fitness Gram Pacer
No.
Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test.
Stop it.
That progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
Yeah, it's not working on my desktop either.
Oh my
Can you guys hear them?
Stanley, make
Yes,
sure
we heard them earlier when they were talking to us.
Like on this meet.
Yes.
The Fitness Gram Pacer Test.
Stanley
So,
cringe.
can we just set up a Discord
No,
meet with
in the
them?
push-up section. Up, down,
I mean, I'm sure we
I think
could.
they're running.
down.
Ask
I mean,
Laura if that would be okay, because, I mean, no matter what we're gonna.
That cringe compilation would last
Yeah.
18 years, Chris.
18.
So do you want me to tell her that you're just gonna set up a different meet and send her an invite?
Let me
You do that in front of the camera, dude.
Did I hit you or your phone?
Neither.
I swear I hit something. Did I hit your desk?
Your bottle.
No, when it came back, I thought I hit
see
something.
if we can hear.
Looked like
I felt it hit something.
What if her audio is just off on her
Can you
computer?
tell us if we're having issues?
Yes.
Okay.
I will tell her again.
Aww.
You've never lost your
Okay, I sent you a link in your email. See if it works before we send it to her.
Stanley cringe phones. What did that bottle ever do to you?
Everything.
Damn, bro, did you already
That's
drink the water?
irrelevant.
The water I gave you?
Maybe it's got another one. Rice soup.
Boy thirsty. Boy thirsty.
What watermelon?
Okay, but what if you just left rice in a water bottle for like a week?
Yeah.
Would it become the water bottle?
It would just get real big.
No, I'm serious. I want to know how big a rice can expand. Just like, you know, if you put oranges in a lot of water.
Oh, same.
Hold your horses.
Oh, I thought he was uneven. Did I ever tell you about how Alex put a piece of bread in water for like a month?
Bob.
And then his mom found it and yelled at him.
Bread and water for like a month.
He still asks me for math help sometimes.
Yeah, he paid me, he Venmoed me like $10.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hello.
He said he'd buy me a pizza.
Okay, go for it.
I told him it was funny.
I will leave this meet and go into the other meet and let her know.
Okay.
I had to do,
No.
his friend had like the Canadian
I got
equivalent of the
Jesse
SAT or something, and I did the science section.
Yeah.
for him. Like I actually logged in and did it.
I did his homework one day and pictures of his dog. I think. He was like,
That's
you
such
need
a
to do this for my
crappy
friend. I don't know,
Is it
I
this
can't
one?
figure it out. And then I said, I don't know how to do that. That's a
Why
stamp.
do stuff give me money?
I guess we should make sure that we
I
can
think
hear.
he might probably got dumped. He said the N word. It was like 2 days after Valentine's Day.
Why?
Okay, I need y'all to be quiet.
This year?
Hey, Mrs. Head,
Yes.
my assistant coach is having issues with the meet that Adam set up. So she has set up a separate meet that is going to work, and she will be sending that link to you.
Okay, we had a few issues with, Christmas. So, we had stuff to do with Christmas as well, so.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Ms. Short will be sending that link to you here in just a few seconds. Then
She
we'll
already has
meet
it,
you.
it's in her email.
We'll meet you in there.
Meet you in the meet.
Pardon?
Do you need us to keep the score, the official score sheet?
No. I'm pretty sure Ms. Short is keeping score. Correct, Ms. Short?
If she wants to keep score, she can, that would be great.
If you want to, you can. It's up to you. She says.
Okay, let's go, right now it's not letting me finish it, but we'll get all the meetings and we'll try to figure it out.
Okay.
We're gonna need
I want
this.
to take a video from this.
Perfect. We are too.
Okay, right now.
That is why we cannot do that.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Why we can't have that?
I was like, he's off the meet. I gotta let this go.
Okay, but the live stream is still going.
What?
That made my throat ache.
What?
Like, it made like a bubble in my throat.
What?
Look at his beard. Yay! Woo woo!
There she is.
How can you tell if
That
anybody's
sounded like
watching?
What?
I said I'm so sorry about all those issues.
That's all right. We
It's
figured
not
it
your
out.
fault. Don't think.
What's the name?
Mute. Do the name. You gotta say anything.
I forgot what that is. Oh, yeah.
You didn't even do it.
I thought that was catching the woe.
No, that's. there's
Oh,
something
guys, you want me to
stupid.
what?
Yeah, you can do it.
I love the Throw it at me.
No.
Drop your weapon.
I was just about to say, remember when we kept telling you to do that?
That was like, I used to always do that.
We're not.
Oh, we're not
Dude, I
kidding.
love catching the woe.
They just
Who
get to
can
hear
make
us
it?
The
catching the
entire
woe.
other team heard that entire conversation.
I'm so happy.
No, I think
We're
just
gonna
gonna
not be able to show our faces.
Huh?
We're not.
just do it.
They better. No, maybe not.
Everybody get the codes in, the code in.
Did you drop it in the chat?
That was pain.
765-105.
765-1321.
05, not 9.
It is.
Oh,
It's 8675309.
What?
765-105.
Tommy, you put your name in.
Ms. Short wants to know if Ms. Head is doing score.
It's not letting me
It's
open.
the GR.
I'm so cold.
Oh, okay, so,
Is anyone else freeze up?
Did I mess up?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
I messed
I just went to like your last match, so Oakwood versus Upton, and then at the box, I was right next to it.
Are you guys cold?
Actually, I got to it a different way, so I got
Also,
it. Okay,
you?
perfect.
Christopher?
Why do I have to pee right now?
Cold?
Yeah.
No.
Bailey, are you cold?
Not a bit.
Why are you acting like it's a horrible question?
Hey, just put your foot on.
Put your cap in my box.
No, I'm the only one.
Where the hell is it?
Go.
You had it in your paw.
Think that through there.
Because cold fronts are signs of a ghost.
Girl.
Could it be a ghost?
Ghost is
No, it's only around me.
Now you're talking like Tendarius Cooper.
No, I'm serious. It's only
Hard
around me.
I'm not kidding. Like, he talks exactly like that all the time.
Hey, yo, this is
This is a lot.
it's very
I play
good.
Yeah, this guy.
Adrian, you're not on the thing.
Oh, I typed the wrong number. Hold on.
Really bad.
It's wrong one.
They can't hear you because you're muted.
That's great.
That really is great.
Alright, I don't have it, man. Where's my paper?
like this now.
Under your butt.
Pay me $1,000.
Got it.
I need actually 2,000.
I'd be here.
Alright. So it looks like everybody's ready to go. Let me know if you're not. Alright.
Chinese food on the floor.
Alright. So toss-up number 1 is in literature. A defiance campaign in this country that began when Krem Bodasing entered a forbidden library is the subject of one part of the book, Ah, But Your Land is Beautiful. In a novel set in this country, a reverend discovers that his daughter Gertrude has become a prostitute and that his son Absalom has been imprisoned for killing a white man. For 10 points, name the setting of Alan Payton's novel, Cry, Beloved Country.
South Africa?
That is correct.
I would say guess an African country. And he said he killed a white man.
Stanley,
I think he just.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was talking.
bonus is in math. Pencil and paper ready. For 10 points each, answer these questions about drawing cards from a standard 52 card deck. Part A. If a single card is drawn, what is the probability that its suit is hearts?
Just 1 out of 4.
Correct.
Yeah.
Part B. If cards are drawn without replacement until 2 hearts are obtained, what is the maximum number of cards that may need to be drawn?
1/4, 52. What's that? Anybody? 13. Oh,
Incorrect.
it's 14.
Open.
24.
Incorrect. It is 41.
Oh, I thought it was 13.
Oh, I did it right.
Part C. If 3 cards are drawn without replacement, what is the probability that all 3 cards are hearts? It may be useful to know that when 2 cards are drawn without replacement, the probability that both are hearts is 1 in 17.
6.5 plus 17. 23.5.
1 over 23.5.
Incorrect.
17.
1 in 36.
Incorrect. It is 11 in 850.
Well.
Duh.
All right.
It may
Toss-up
help
2 is
to
in
know.
science.
It didn't help.
This man published the first reports of artificial transmutation reactions continued by his student Patrick Blackett. While leading the Cavendish laboratory, he coined the term neutron for a particle discovered by James Chadwick. His best known experiment used backscattering to show that most of an atom is empty space.
It's Rutherford, yes.
Correct.
I knew it was him, but I couldn't remember his name. I've been trying to think of it all day and I forgot to look it up.
Your bonus is in history. This feud resulted in the killing of Ellison, the brother of Devil Hands, on Election Day in 1882. For 10 points each, Part A. Name this rivalry between 2 families that culminated with the trial of 8 men in Pike County, Kentucky.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
3 seconds. No answer.
Hatfield and McCoy?
Correct.
Yay.
I was like, it was over a pig. What is it?
Part B. While the McCoys were from Kentucky, the Hatfields resided in this neighboring state, which is also a center of Appalachian coal production.
Tennessee.
Oh, it's us.
No, it's not. Stop.
No, it's okay.
That's just 10 minutes, right?
Incorrect.
Did they say Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's done. It's West Virginia.
Okay.
It's to the right.
And part C, a cause of the feud was a dispute over one of these animals. A bloodless 1859 boundary dispute between the U.S. and Britain over the San Juan Islands was also named for these animals.
The band takes them.
Mm-hmm.
3 seconds. A horse.
Incorrect. Rashawn.
A pig.
That is correct.
Yay.
Toss-up 3 is in math. The incorrect assumption that this operation distributes over addition is called the freshman's dream. Tetration is an iterated version of this operation. Like division, this operation gives an undefined result when both inputs are 0. This operation is multiplying the base by itself a certain number of times, indicated by a superscript. For 10 points, name this operation in which a number is raised to a power.
Exponential.
Incorrect.
I'm clearing the buzzers, so you got to
Logarithm?
Incorrect. And I don't know if you want to, but it says exponent, but not exponential. Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. So if it's exponent or exponentiation. Or power.
Exponential is the type of graph.
Alright. Toss-up 4 is in literature. This book is the first in a 7-part series that continues with the sequel Gathered Together in My Name. This book opens with a girl in church unable to recite a poem that begins, "What you looking at me for?" This book's author recounts how she was raped by her mother's boyfriend, Mr. Freeman. The author's traumatic childhood in Stamps, Arkansas is described in, for 10 points, what 1969 autobiography by Maya Angelou?
I know when the bluebird sings.
Incorrect.
It was the caged bird.
It's the caged bird.
I was so close.
I thought she was going to say, I know.
Me too.
Incorrect. It was, I know why the caged bird sings.
So close. An
I
attempt was made.
just said, I know.
House of 5 is in social sciences. This country's Trooms County, which merged with Finnmark County in 2020, hosts the Redo Festival. This country contains an iconic rock formation called the Trolltunga and the scenic Troll.
Norway.
That is correct.
You're amazing.
It was Germany, Sweden, or Norway, and I heard Trolltunga.
Okay.
Your bonus is in history. The Lex Tasha established the rule of this group in 43 BC for 10 points each. Part A. Name this alliance of Roman politicians that included Mark Antony and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus.
Was it the
Oh, it was the Asiatic League. The Asiatic League?
Incorrect.
I can't remember what it's called.
It is the second triumvirate.
Oh, Triumvirate, right.
Part
We
B,
had Mr. Brussels as well.
the third member of the second triumvirate was this first Roman emperor, the great nephew and adopted son of Julius Caesar.
Constantine.
Constantine.
Incorrect.
Alright, no.
Was it Augustus?
Augustus.
Oh.
August?
That is correct.
Oh, what did they say?
I couldn't hear. Was it Augustus?
Part C, the forces of the second triumvirate defeated the assassins of Julius Caesar, Brutus and Cassius, in this decisive battle at Macedonia.
Battle of Macedonia.
I don't remember.
But wasn't he stabbed like 36 times? That's more than just one
23.
So good. There's the Battle of Philippi. Alright, toss-up 6 is in history. A point of political struggle during this war was whether the Edict of Restitution would restore the confiscated lands of bishops. Christian force ended this war's Danish phase. At the later Battle of Lutzen in this war, a Swedish king died fighting Albrecht von Wallenstein and the Catholic League. Gustavus Adolphus fought for 10 points what 17th century conflict ended by the Peace of Westphalia.
The French and Indian War? No.
That is incorrect.
I can't name wars. Like World War I, World War II.
The Cold War.
Alright, this is the 30 Years' War.
I was thinking the 100 Years' War first. I was like, wait a minute, that was not in the 1700s.
Toss-up 7 is in literature. In his first scene, this character ruefully claims that his only profit from being taught language is knowing how to curse. When his friends become terrified by music from an unseen source, this character tells them, "Be not afeared. The isle is full of noises." This character conspired with Trinculo and Stefano to murder Miranda's father. For 10 points, name this fish-like monster enslaved by Prospero in The Tempest.
I said I knew the basics.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Incorrect.
Don't do that on buzzins because that gives them more time. Only do it on bonuses.
It's Caliban.
Alright, that's that.
I only know the
answer is
basic plot.
Caliban.
I don't know the character.
The Taliban?
Toss-up
Caliban.
is math. The Green Tau theorem states that in the prime numbers, there are arbitrarily long examples of these mathematical things. Carl Gauss's legendary trick for adding the integers from 1 to 100 used the same idea as the formula for adding up these more general things. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16 is an example of, for 10 points, what sequences that have a constant difference.
Fibonacci sequences?
That is incorrect. So what sequences that have a constant difference between consecutive terms, unlike geometric sequences?
What is it, isometric?
Is it gonna be like
Sounds right.
or something?
Prime numbers.
Alright, it is arithmetic sequences.
The Fibonacci sequence is one specific sequence. What do you think of?
Goal ratio.
Yeah.
Toss-up 9 is in fine arts.
Question.
This sculptor created a nude depiction in marble of the crucified Christ for a crucifix displayed at El Escorial in Spain. Another piece by this sculptor showed a gold nude male reclining and holding a trident, facing a reclining nude female, and featured a temple and an open boat that functioned as receptacles for pepper and another substance. For 10 points, name this Mannerist Italian sculptor of a salt cellar.
Adrian.
El Greco?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Michelangelo.
That is also incorrect. It is Benvenuto Cellini.
Ah.
Benito Mussolini.
Toss-up 10 is in history. This man was the only sitting member of the House of Representatives to ever be elected president. His appointment of William Robertson as collector for the Port of New York angered Roscoe Conkling and the stalwart faction of Republicans. After this president's death, the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act was passed. For 10 points, what president was assassinated by deranged office speaker Charles Ito in 1881? Alright, it is James Garfield.
He was assassinated?
I can't even think the presidents, even though I just looked at it.
I was thinking Grover.
Toss-up 11 is in science.
He was the one that was elected twice.
In 1935, Eugene Wigner and Hillard Huntington proposed that this substance could exist as an opaque black metal, but underestimated the pressure required nearly 20-fold. In 2017, Harvard physicists created this element's metallic form at 495 gigapascals. This metallic substance that could be a good rocket fuel likely exists in the cores of Saturn and Jupiter. For 10 points, name this lightest, most abundant element.
Hydrogen.
That is correct. Your bonus is in literature. At the end of the novel in which he appears, this character remarks, "This new quinine stuff may prove pretty good." For 10 points each, part A, name this title character of a 1925 novel who studies medicine under Max Gottlieb.
3 seconds. Nonsense.
Incorrect.
Benjamin Button.
That is incorrect. It is Martin Aerosmith. Part B. Aerosmith is a novel by this American author of Main Street.
It's a woman, pretty sure.
3 seconds. Wilson.
Incorrect. Sure. No answer. All right. It is Sinclair Lewis.
Oh.
Part C. The title character of this Lewis novel is a realtor in the city of Zenith who begins to re-examine his life after his friend Paul Riesling gets sent to jail.
What were they asking?
I think the character.
The title character.
3 seconds. Paul.
Isn't he the
Incorrect.
guy that wrote the Jungle?
No. The salesman.
Incorrect. It is Babbitt.
That's Upton Sinclair.
Upton Sinclair.
I was close.
Different Sinclair.
Toss-up 12 is in math. In projective geometry, there is said to be a point at this concept. Cantor's diagonal argument showed that there are at least 2 fundamentally different versions of this concept called countable and uncountable. Many limits and asymptotes involve the input and/or output approaching this concept.
Infinity.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Your bonus is in science. Lead cethones consist of a mixture of these molecules. For 10 points each, part A. Name these molecules that have a hydrophilic head and 2 hydrophilic fatty acid tails.
Proteins, anybody?
Proteins or amino acids, whichever. They both make sense.
Proteins.
Incorrect. Prompt.
It's amino acids.
Phospholipid.
Correct.
Never mind.
Part B. Phospholipids make up the bulk of this semi-permeable structure that separates an animal cell from its outside environment.
Cell membrane.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Part C.
3.
This molecule, which is bound to the neighboring phospholipids via hydrogen bonds, helps maintain membrane fluidity at low temperatures. It is transported by HDL and LDL.
Water?
Water.
H2O.
That is incorrect.
Water does go through. I don't know what it is.
It is cholesterol.
Oh,
You say cholesterol?
yeah.
That is that.
He said cholesterol.
I just heard cholesterol.
No one else is freezing.
All right.
Hold on. You said hold on.
I knew that Norway one.
What's going on if you're being haunted by a ghost?
It's not gonna make the ghost
When they
go
said
away.
Denmark County, it was one of 3 countries, and that's Germany, Sweden, or Norway.
That place is officially on my bucket list, though.
Oh, I'm
It was so
Trolltunga.
real.
Yeah, Trolltunga, yeah.
Yeah, it's near
Looks
Bergen.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Bergen,
I'm going
Bergen.
there as soon as I can. It's next to Bergen, which is the western, like, metropolitan city in Norway.
Maybe it's a good ghost.
That's where
Nothing
Bar
haunted.
Beaker is
It's
from,
Chill.
I know.
of Mayhem and Burzum.
Ghosts are real. No, they're not. No, man.
I didn't, like,
Okay, well, when I become a ghost, let's
Yeah,
go
You
back
can
and
listen to Norwegian death metal all the time.
Norwegian black metal. Oh yeah, I'm making a black metal song right now.
Norwegian death metal. Well, that's something
It's so good,
thought I wanted to do.
so good.
I'm gonna need the bow back though.
Alyssa, what's that?
When I saw Opeth, there's
Smells like gay in
man.
here.
You're smelling no bread.
Opeth. So,
Oh, you do have a mask on.
speaking of Opeth, we're wearing the tour shirt right now.
No one else can get it. Seriously, no.
What do you keep doing?
He's
I
definitely.
keep kicking over this stupid
Kicking
fork.
your fork.
Throw it away, dude.
Just sit there.
Didn't even make it.
Idiot.
It was heavier than I thought it was.
It felt pretty good.
What? Oh. Well, his
Why are you
dirt.
so offended?
Huh?
You were like, what?
I'm like, what did I do? I thought you were gonna start making fun of me. That's my job. Make fun of you.
Where you go? Let's do it. Where you go? Let's do it.
We're ready, Freddy.
I wonder what the rest of the Norway question was.
No.
You'll never know.
I was, in my mind, I want to hope it was black metal, but I don't think it
Is everybody ready?
Definitely wouldn't be.
Okay. It's like Georgetown Rich Farm Disease. So we'll go ahead and get started.
Already
All right.
halfway done.
Toss up 13 and then miscellaneous.
Okay.
A statue at Keyspan Park shows Pee Wee Reese putting his arm around this man. Before being signed for Montreal, this player was told by Branch Rickey to have guts enough not to fight back. This first winner of MLB's Rookie of the Year award has his number 42 retired across baseball.
Jackie Robinson.
That is correct.
I didn't know the whole action part.
That was like baseball.
Your bonus is in math.
Country.
Could have been
Even
like
I knew
hockey
that
or
one.
something.
A line with this orientation has an undefined slope. For 10 points each, part A, name this type of line.
Undefined slope. It goes straight up. Vertical.
That is correct.
Yay.
Part B,
I was just gonna say an up and down line.
the vertical line test is used to check whether a graph represents this mathematical concept.
Continuity.
Continuity.
Incorrect.
No,
Oakwood.
it's where a function is actually a function. I don't remember what that's called.
Function.
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought it was tested on functions.
What was it?
Function.
Part C, on the other hand, the horizontal line test checks whether the graph of a function has this property.
I swear to God, it's continuity.
I don't remember. It's not continuity. No answer.
Oakwood.
1-to-1.
That is correct.
Okay.
CASA 14 is in history. 35,000 troops in this country's army mutinied after the failure of the Nivelle offensive. This nation's army was overseen by Joseph Zafra, who promoted men like the future Supreme Allied Commander Ferdinand Foch. Another leader from this country was called the Lion of Verdun for defending that city from German forces in 1960. For 10 points, in World War I, Philippe Pétain fought in what country's army?
France?
That is correct.
Okay.
I was hoping it was France.
I was thinking it's Verdun, so I'm like, that's in France.
Your bonus is in fine arts.
I wanted to let you into because you.
This ballerina lends her name to a popular light dessert of meringue and fruit. For 10 points each, part A. Name this Russian prima ballerina of the early 20th century
Oh,
who refused to dance in the title role in The Firebird.
what's her name?
It's meringue and fruit. A dessert with meringue and fruit.
I can't remember.
What's a Russian female name?
Brushyev.
Ivanka.
Incorrect.
Watch, it'll be like a macaron.
Incorrect. It is Anna Pavlova.
Okay, I thought.
Oh, Anna Pavlova.
Part B.
I was thinking of the.
Pavlova refused the role during her time with this Paris-based company led by impresario Sergei Diaghilev. It premiered The Rite of Spring.
It's a Paris dance.
What are they
Paris.
asking?
No idea. No answer.
Alright, it is Ballet Russe.
Because her
Part
name was
C.
similar to that of a dessert.
Pavlova's best-known solo role was as a dying one of these animals. A Peter Tchaikovsky ballet titled For a Lake of these creatures
Swan.
features prominent white and black ones.
A swan.
That is correct.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
CASA 15 is in social sciences. In the land of Mithila, this hero freed the spirit of Aholia and shattered a bow that others could not even lift, thus winning the right to marry the daughter of Janika. King Dasharat was forced to exile this hero, his eldest son, from Ayodhya. He travels to Lanka and defeats the demon king Robada to rescue his wife Sita. For 10 points, what seventh avatar of Vishnu is the hero of a major Sanskrit epic?
Mahabharat?
That is incorrect.
That's the name of the Sanskrit. I don't know what the name of the hero is.
I lost that.
That is time. It is Rama.
It wasn't one of them you said we had to know.
Concept 16 is in science. The receptors for this molecule are blocked by typical antipsychotic drugs. The hydroxylation and decarboxylation of tyrosine produces this molecule, the precursor of norepinephrine. A population of neurons in the basal ganglia called the substantia nigra produces this molecule. Parkinson's disease is caused by deficiency in
Dopamine.
that is correct.
I thought it was serotonin right until I said that.
Your bonus is in social sciences. In the Iliad, this goddess supports the Greeks and represents the civilized and honorable qualities of war. For 10 points each, part A, name this goddess of wisdom.
Athena?
Athena.
That is correct. Part B, in the Odyssey, Athena takes on the guise of this character to convince Telemachus to seek out the truth concerning his father, Odysseus.
I can't remember.
Who's-
Oh, what's his
Odysseus is his son.
Telemachus is Odysseus' son.
Protoculus?
Oakwood
What was his son's
That,
name?
like Patroclus.
is Mentor.
Oh,
In part C, later in the Odyssey, Athena helps Odysseus disguise himself from the suitors of this woman, Odysseus' wife.
Is it? I think she's Medea. I think that's her name.
It's still Oh, it's Medea, yeah.
Othello.
Medea?
Incorrect.
Penelope?
That is correct.
Or P. Are they 70?
Yeah, that's what I have.
Alright, toss-up 17 is in history.
Medea was
An
Jason.
invasion codenamed Operation Detachment sparked this battle in which Tadamichi Kuribayashi is presumed to have been killed. Days after this 5-week-long battle on the largest Japanese volcano island, the U.S. began its assault on Okinawa. Joe Rosenthal photographed an event during, for 10 points, what 1945 battle in which U.S. Marines raised a flag?
The Battle of the Ridge?
That is incorrect.
Iwo
Jima.
Jima. I was about to buzz it right as you did.
Yeah. So what 1945 battle in which U.S. Marines raised the flag on Mount Suribachi?
If they don't get it normed, then I guess.
The one battle, one of the few battles I can't name.
That is correct.
I think they got a bit too much time.
Your bonus is in science. Boyle's law and Charles's law are both special cases of this law. For 10 points each, part A, name this law usually written as PV equals nRT.
The gas law?
Yeah.
Wait, is that it?
The law of constants or something like that.
Alright, that's time. George Richmond.
Gas constants.
That is incorrect. It is the ideal gas law.
Ideal gas law.
I was go.
I couldn't
Part B,
remember it.
the ideal gas constant R is about 8.31 times watt derived SI unit per Kelvin per mole.
PV equals nRT, just temperature.
Georgia,
Temperature?
incorrect. It is joule. And part C, rearranging the ideal gas law shows that this quantity for a gas equals pressure times molar mass divided by the product of ideal gas constant and temperature.
Volume.
I don't know how you got all that from that, but I'm sure.
3 seconds.
Georgia,
Volume.
incorrect. It is density.
Oh, because it's gas.
Whatever.
I didn't think
You
that.
should have shortened the first answer to gas
Is
law.
in social science.
Profit.
The misinformation effects potential to distort this faculty was tested in an experiment whose participants were told about being lost in a mall. The capacity of one form of this faculty is given by a magic number of 7 plus or minus 2. The hippocampus is responsible for encoding and retrieval in the long-term form of, for 10 points, what faculty, which is,
Memory?
that is correct.
I was gonna say, if it's a memory, I
Sure,
swear to
memory.
God.
Your bonus is in fine arts. A dead soldier in this painting holds a broken sword in his clenched fist, symbolizing republicanism. For 10 points each, part A. Name this painting that debuted at the Paris International Exposition in 1937.
Liberty leading the people. Liberty leading the people.
Incorrect. Oakwood,
I was gonna guess.
I don't know pain.
This is in the opening of Lord of the Rings, right?
it's Guernica.
Sword.
Guernica.
Duh, Adrian.
I should have known it was
Part B.
Guernica.
This developer of Cubism painted Guernica in response
Picasso.
to the German bombing of a vast town during the Spanish Civil War.
Picasso.
That is correct.
Heck yeah.
Part C, Picasso specified in his will that Guernica be displayed in this Madrid museum. Today, it is housed in the nearby Queen Sofia Museum instead.
Museo de Prado. Museo de Prado.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're not losing by 10
Also,
this time.
18 is in literature.
You just jinxed us, dude. You gotta knock on some wood.
Or probably, say 19, I don't know what it said. All right, 19 is in literature. The character created by this author is reimagined in a 2017 novel by John Bannon. At the end of a novel by this author, Henrietta Stackpole surprises Casper Goodwood by telling him that the woman he loves has gone back to Rome and her husband.
Oh.
That novel by this author, which was published in 1881, depicts the unhappy marriage of Gilbert Osmond and Isabel Archer. For 10 points, who wrote The Portrait of a Lady?
Stanley.
Wild? No, that's a picture.
That is incorrect.
You were kind of close.
Picture Dorian Gray, is what I was thinking. Picture,
All right,
picture.
this time is Henry James.
Okay.
It's always the most blandest names. I can't remember.
Concept 20 is in science. This gas is rapidly released during a limited eruption. Abundance of this molecule is plotted on the Keeling curve. Currently stands at about 410 parts per million. An element in this molecule can undergo fixation through the C3 and C4 pathways. Plants convert this molecule in water into glucose and oxygen
Carbon dioxide.
That is correct. Your bonus is miscellaneous.
Baseball.
An investigation alleged that this team's general manager used secret Twitter accounts under fake names to disparage his predecessor, Sam Kiki. For 10 points each, Part A. In 2018, Brian Colangelo resigned as general manager of what NBA team, whose players include Ben Simmons?
Sixers?
The Sixers?
That is correct.
Really hard guess.
Go, Chris.
Hard guess.
You're pretty much,
Part
you
B.
two are winning this game.
The Sixers' 2017-2018 season ended with a second-round playoff loss to this team, which is coached by Brad Stevens.
NBA coaches wear suits and yell at people. I don't know.
He's not wrong.
I don't know any teams, just guess a team.
It's a code. Oh, it's a team. Oh,
Uh,
Red
I
Sox.
hope it,
Red Sox.
NBA team.
it is the Boston Celtics.
Hey,
But
same
that is
city.
an NBA team,
And Part
isn't
C,
it?
Celtics.
Colangelo's replacement, Elton Brand, traded for this Minnesota Timberwolves shooting guard in 2018.
Oh, it's National
This man started his
Basketball.
career with the Chicago
National
Bulls.
Baseball.
Bulls? Oh, what's his name? I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. I think I know who you're talking.
You pass it.
Michael Jordan.
Incorrect. Oakwood.
I think I know who
For
it
a
is.
second, I
just
thought
don't know
NBA
his
was
name.
National
All-
Baseball
All I know is that he
Association.
played for the Bulls.
Who did they say?
I don't know, but they got it right.
Was
I thought you
Shaq playing for the Bulls at some point?
House of 21
Maybe in college.
is in fine arts.
Something
This
good.
artist's sister Lydia wears a pearl necklace in a scene depicting her in a Lowe's. One of many portraits by this artist set in theaters. A man gripping two oars sits across from a well-dressed woman and child in this artist's voting party. A scene by this colleague of Edgar Degas shows a mother dipping a child's foot into a basin of water. The child's bath is a work by, for 10 points, what female impressions?
Mayonnaise?
Incorrect.
Watch, it's gonna be like Mona.
Both of those are dudes.
Man.
Mayonnaise.
No!
It is
For Miracle
Mary
Whip.
Cassatt.
Ah! I could see it in my head.
Monet.
Toss up 22 is in math. Frustrated by the pace at which this programming language was being created, Howard Bromberg thought a tombstone inscribed with its name. It was partially based on the Flow-Matic language developed by Grace Hopper, and this language was the primary source of worry surrounding the Y2K bug. Financial companies often use, for 10 points, what programming language whose acronym stands for Common Business Oriented Language?
C++?
That is incorrect.
It's C-sharp, I think.
Maybe.
That's a musical note, Chris. Stop.
No,
It's an actual programming language.
What?
So this, at least I
I
didn't get
prefer
something
Java.
completely out the
That
park.
answer is COBOL.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know that one.
See, that makes me feel better about Chris's ridiculous answer.
C# is an actual legitimate
Also,
programming
three
language.
is in social sciences.
I got C-sharp, C++, Python, Java.
This event is recounted in the Torah reading on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. At the end of this incident, in the land of Moriah, a suddenly appearing ram becomes a substitute after the angel of the Lord causes this.
The sacrifice of Isaac.
the what now?
That is correct.
Oh, is that the one that, the one that guy's like, ooh, yes, I'm gonna take my kid to the mountain, I'm gonna kill him. Oh.
And then God's like, no, sacrifice this ram instead.
But thanks for that though.
This man worked with Dan Connolly to create HTML for 10 points each. Part A, name this computer scientist credited with inventing the World Wide Web in 1989.
Say it.
Al Gore.
Incorrect.
The
Oakwood.
next one should be.
That's my Discord name for a while. Along with the
You don't
picture of
have
Al
that
Gore.
one.
Incorrect. The answer is Tim Berners-Lee.
Okay.
I feel like if he created the web, we should know him.
Probably.
Part B,
Yes.
like Alan Turing, Berners-Lee hails from this European country.
Austria. Wait, no. Germany.
Germany.
Incorrect.
I did it right.
Germany sounds
I was
German.
so
hope it's Australia.
Incorrect. It is England.
What was his name?
Alan Turing.
Oh, that was what his name was?
Yeah, the
I
guy
know
who
who that
decided
is.
all the robots were
Berners-Lee
real.
created the first web browser while working for this research organization that operates the Large Hadron Collider.
Google.
It's not Google. Google operates the Hydron. I don't remember.
Just say
It's
Google.
Swiss, but
It'd be funny.
Google.
Incorrect.
The
Look, we
collider
found
is
the smile.
Switzerland. I think.
Like, gosh.
It is CERN.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm happy with, I'm okay with not knowing that.
And Toss-Up 24 is in fine arts.
I only had 500 points.
The composer's first symphony was condemned by César Cui as a product of a student at a conservatory in Hell. This composer based a choral symphony on Constantine Baumont's translation of a poem by Edgar Allan Poe. This composer of the Bells used the last of 24 caprices by a violin virtuoso as the basis for a work for piano and orchestra. For 10 points, name this Russian composer of Rhapsody on the Theme of Paganini. What?
John Claude.
That is incorrect.
You should.
Metallica.
That was time.
I was gonna say Ozzy.
No wonder guess anyway. Let's hear it.
Ozzy Osbourne.
No. It is Sergei Rachmaninoff.
You've never heard of Sergei Rachmaninoff?
I have not actually. I know who Paganini is.
All right. Well, everybody have a good night.
I feel much better after that match.
I answered like 5 toss-ups. We're doing great.
You?
I
You answered 2.
tried to cover them the whole.
No.
It says here you answered 1. Oh, you mean over the whole night?
Yeah. 3. Oh, 4.
What do you sound like?
That's just the right one.
I was gonna say, because this says you have 1. So I know you got 3 last time.
Adrian got 4.
How did I get?
That's like
You got a ton, Craig.
You got 3 in this round alone.
I have a game
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll be there for you.
All the ones I knew I could.
I don't want
Who wants this red sauce? 'Cause I don't want it.
Sweet and sour.
Pretty sure that makes it to the
You can have
track
your hair back.
problem.
I didn't know. I didn't think
Yeah.
that
No
you
one wants
got
to drink
the,
it?
that- the NBA one. Right?
Bye.
If only Gibby was
That
here.
made up for my pitiful performance last match.
If only Gibby was here.
I was thinking that battle over guns
Gibby was
is gonna
right
be
it.
more complicated. Like it's gonna be some Prussian
Some Russian.
Yeah.
or some
I was like, it's gotta be French, but like,
I just want the sauce back in.
Is it some like Prussian Arabs?